what we're about. I've been trying to explain to people what Spearhead's really about, because sometimes there's some confusion. Of course, we're the Southwest Regional Recreation Authority of Virginia, and our mission isn't really to build trails. That's just a means to an ends. And the ends is kind of what you saw here today, where you see someone that's taking advantage of a popular trail, building a business close by, creating jobs and economy. So our end result is really economic. So the way I see what we do at Southwest Regional Recreation Authority, it's kind of like a pyramid. And so we start out with the trail, and we try to connect that trail to a township or a community where economic development is easier to happen. The second level is we start marketing that trail, trying to find more connections and establish so more businesses can be established. On the first tier, we try just to sustain current businesses. Second tier, we're trying to attract new businesses to come to the area. On the third tier, we see lots of jobs created around an outdoor recreation economy. We see people wanting to move here into our counties because they want to live in an area that has a great recreational opportunities around them. And we want to encourage people to buy properties, develop those properties, and create businesses as well. And so at the very top level of what we're trying to accomplish is to stop the depopulation of the region and to increase the economy of the region and to help improve some of the social issues that we face there due to having a poor economy. And so that's what Spearhead Trails is about. That's our mission. That's why we were established by the state of Virginia, or the Commonwealth of Virginia, to accomplish. Trails as a means to an ends. And so with that being said, I want to give you a quick overview of what we've done this past year, and I have some exciting news for you. I want to start out with the Devil's Bathtub, so you just got off that topic while we're thinking of it. So we partnered together on a project. That project's going to take place to improve existing Devil's Bathtub Road on the 21st and 22nd of May. The reason it's taking so long is because with U.S. Forest, they had to develop plans. I had to get the plans approved. They had to certify they had a 30-foot right-of-way that they thought they had. And then they had to assign an inspector to come down from Roanoke during the construction phase. And they told me that they would be here the 21st and 22nd. So that's what we're doing to work. And so that will take place, and we'll be fixing the existing road. We'll be fixing the drainage, installing a couple of culverts, regrouting the area, making that a lot easier to use. I know that there's some plans in the future to have alternative parking areas and roads and things like that. But that road will always be needed by for maintenance and things like that. And hopefully this next season or two, until everything gets changed over to the new things that you are working on. So on that, we're also going to probably go out and fix some roads on McGee Creek for U.S. Forest. We have this agreement with U.S. Forest now for a little over a year now, I guess, and we continue to do maintenance on U.S. Forest trails for them. We spend at least a Saturday a month with volunteers and our paid staff fixing trails. We send our staff to training for U.S. Forest so we can navigate the regulations that U.S. Forest has easier and be a go-between between locals, governments, and individuals that want to work with U.S. Forest. So we're a good go-between on some issues that can help in that. This next year on U.S. Forest, we're going to be looking at areas that need pedestrian bridges, and then trying to find funding for additional pedestrian bridges. So we'll be mapping like Devil's Fork, we'll be mapping lots of trails on High Knob area and looking for areas that need improvement to where we could get more people using those trails if they were a little bit more accommodating to people that don't want to ford a creek or something. And so we'll be looking for areas like that. We'll continue to work with the cloud splitter, doing the preparatory maintenance for that. There's actually a meeting tonight in Norton. We'll send a ranger to that to volunteer our time to lead volunteer crews and help pick up and clean up and do work on U.S. Forest trails. We try to identify needs and fix those needs. Right now we're doing some stuff at Cave Springs to reopen it. It was closed down by U.S. Forest, so we'll be taking over the control of that. Keoki, we're looking for other areas that we can help. We want to keep what we have reasonably in good condition and well maintained and open, and then later market it heavily so that people will know about it. A lot of people haven't discovered High Knob. A lot of people just in the Tri-Cities have never heard of High Knob. And so we'll be working on marking that in the next year with part of Appalachia. So moving on to equestrian trails. So we've worked this past year trying to get different easements to go up different ways from Dungannon. And we've been meeting with Bill Dingus and Frieda and some others in your area, and we discovered that there's lots of assets that we didn't really know about. One of those assets is that you have 240 miles of unpaved roads. These unpaved roads are like the perfect horse trails in a lot of cases. And so when we build a horse trail, we try to make it, if we can do really, really good, make it look like some of the unpaved roads, you know, where you can get a wagon down or a horse and rider down it. And so what we did is we've been linking these together for a couple of reasons, but we'll talk about horses first. So we've linked around Dungannon several, some unopened right-of-ways or areas that we're trying to get easements for, land use agreements for. We've talked to VDOT, and they've approved us using any of the unpaved roads for horse trails that we want to use. And we've linked these together to try to create routes that would leave Dungannon and look at beautiful farmland, river valleys, things like that you have here. And so we've created about 60 miles of networks that will be focused between Dungannon and Nicholsville, and then High Knob. And of course, we'll take advantage of all the trails existing on High Knob, which is, I don't know exactly, but probably in the neighborhood of 50 or better. And so what you would have is a week-long destination on a horse in Scott County. And so we'll be working on that today. Actually, we're leaving after this meeting, going straight to Nicholsville to start working on finding a trailhead location and to finalize some tie-ins from Dungannon and Nicholsville. So how many places do you know of in the United States that you can ride a horse from one town to the next? Still.
Maybe out west somewhere, I don't know of any here.
So no one can think of, I can't think of one either. I know of one horse town in California named Narco, and but I don't know if they have multiple town connections. So to me, it seems like a pretty fun idea to be able to spend a week on a horse, go to different towns, maybe different campsites. Maybe you can go to this restaurant up here that we heard about just recently and hitch a horse to it, go to Teddy's, go to Black Diamond, go up here to High Knob, go to the front porch, and on a horse and stay at different places. We'll have hopefully places all over Dungannon, Nicholsville, and High Knob area. So we've been working pretty heavy on that. We're going to start construction as soon as we get done with the Devil's bathtub work on the 21st and 22nd. We're going to continue construction to open up portions of, I call it the Rackamole Loop, but it's the part that we have easements on right now, which includes the Williams property, the Cutport property, and the Deals property to the campground, which we're working to try to find a buyer to reopen that as a horse campground, and also for kayaking. And we've taken buyers, potential buyers, and put them in contact with property owners, and we've talked to different groups, Dungannon, and other people about grants to help facilitate that. We hope to continue to do that. That's one of the things that we do that you may not be aware of. So, like I said, the trail is just the beginning. That's just the beginning. We work with trying to develop properties around those trails for economic development. And so we do that by marketing those properties, bringing the people that are interested in building a horse economy or ATV economy or whatever economy approach to the trails, and putting them with the property owners